He never said they were together, but he expected her to catch on. When Monica finally chose herself, everything hit the fan. This isn't a story about cheating. It's a story about silence and the cost of never speaking up. This is Chasing Monica, the full story. As we enter... It's Wednesday morning. Sun shining, birds chirping. Another ordinary workday for Monica Townsend. Midweek, nothing special, right? Until you start noticing the little things life has to offer. Monica had never paid much attention to him at first. He was just the quiet young man who worked the morning shift and sat 2 rows across from her. The one who always carried too many trays, walked too fast, and looked like he was always trying to solve problems no one else could see. 29, maybe. Young, handsome, always polite. And every morning, without fail, he brought her coffee. At first, she thought it was just a coincidence, a simple gesture. You know, some young men raised right, some just good Samaritans. And that's what she called him in her head, the Good Samaritan. She was 40, divorced, not old, but definitely not as young as he was. She didn't expect attention, especially not from someone like him. But he was consistent, too consistent. Cameron Green was an ordinary guy. No fanfare, single, but just a friend. But he remembered her order. He noticed her mood when she changed. He lingered longer each morning. And when she laughed, he watched her like the sound meant something. She told herself it was nothing. She told herself men his age don't look at women her age like that. Until the morning she realized he wasn't delivering coffee to anyone else, just her. So the next day at work, he came by like he always did, 2 coffees in his hand, that same easy smile, that barely there cologne that she seemed to just started recognizing before she even saw him. But today was different.
Did you hear? There's a neighborhood fair this weekend. Big one. Food, lights, music. You going?
I was planning to, walk around alone, maybe buy things I don't need.
Well, let's not go alone then.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Sure, sounds like fun. Why not? See you then.
Now, she surprised even herself when she said yes. What's that going to be like, she thought to herself. Well, maybe it'll be fine. At least I don't have to go alone, she thought. So at the fair was louder than either of them expected. Music drifting between food stalls, lights hanging from every pole, families laughing, couples walking too close, and that mix of grilled meat and fried sugar that never feels real until you smell it. They walk side by side, talking like they've known each other longer than just a few morning coffees and hallway nods. And then she caught it. That glance. Not the polite one. Not the friendly one. The kind that a man gives when he sees a perfectly good rack of smoked ribs on the grill and suddenly remember he hasn't eaten anything all day. Lingering. Sliding over, then away, then back again.
What?
Nothing. You okay?
And then there was that common awkward exchange. Liar, she said in her head. He did it again. That touch. The innocent, accidental, on-purpose touch. His hand came up the rest of her shoulder as he leaned in closer to tell her something. But when he pulled away, his fingers slid down past her shoulder to her forearm, then off her skin just as she lifted her drink. She froze. What the hell was that? She said in her head. Is he flirting? He can't be flirting. He's young. He's handsome. He could flirt with anyone. Shit. He better stop playing with me. I don't have time for this. She continued to sip her drink like it was nothing, but her heart was doing things that it didn't normally do at 40.
I know she felt that. How could she not? She's warm, her skin is soft, and she's looking at me like she's trying to figure out what I'm doing. What am I doing? Being stupid? Or bold? Or both? Does she not know I want her? Like, want her? He's walking around here acting like she's invisible when she's the only damn person I see. Maybe she's playing hard to get. Or maybe she really doesn't know. Nah, she gotta know.
What the hell am I even going to do with her? What am I going to do when I get her? Take care of her? Get her coffee for the rest of her life? Carry her bags? Rub her feet? Do whatever she wants? Honestly, if she keeps looking at me like that, I will do... Shit. You better stop playing with me like that, girl.
You got it. Don't drop it.
She narrowed her eyes as he laughed again, but the air was definitely charged at this point. The next morning at work, she really tried to act normal. Keyboards, emails, coffee, focus, work, life, yes, all of that. Except every few minutes her eyes kept drifting to the left, where he was. Cameron's desk sat just about 2 rows over, visible through the open walkway. He wasn't doing anything special, just typing, adjusting things on his screen, tapping a pen against his notebook. Normal. So why did her heart act like she just saw chocolate for the first time? Stop, she told herself. He's just a kid, a nice kid, a polite kid, a good Samaritan kid. That's it. Nothing more. She looked down again. Damn it. She spun back to her screen, cheeks warming. No, she whispered under her breath. I need to quit this. Stay focused on my work, on my life. He's just a kid. And kids, they get in the way. She nodded once, as if that settled it. Then she glanced at him again. Of course you would think, okay, she's got it. She's got everything under control. And certainly he wasn't making a big deal of it. But across the room, he was telling himself he wasn't supposed to be looking at her. He told himself that all morning.
Stay cool, man. She's working. You're working. Be normal.
And he tried. But every time he typed 3 sentences, he felt it. That pull, that gravity. The sense that she had been looking at him in that quiet way like she was yesterday. That made him feel taller, warmer. More awake than any caffeine ever could. He kept walking by her desk under the fake excuse of, I need to check the copy machine, or I need to get more water from the break room. He didn't forget anything. He just needed to see her.
Don't get up. Don't you dare get up. Stay in your chair. Be calm. Stay cool. I got this. Be a functioning adult.
But then he caught her. Her eyes flicked up from the screen and toward him for half a second. But then she panicked and pretended to stare very seriously at an empty Excel sheet. He almost stood up right then.
Oh, she's looking. She's looking at me. Nah, she can't be. Can she?
His hand twitched. He forced it back down to the keyboard.
Stay cool. You got time.
He pushed his glasses up to the bridge of his nose. Took a deep breath. Tried to focus. Tried. Failed, because she looked at him again. This time, when their eyes met, she froze. And he smiled. Just a little. Just enough to let her know that he saw everything. Her hand jerked, knocking a pen off her desk. She dove to catch it like it was a falling baby. He almost laughed out loud. She sat up mortified. He mouthed one word across the room.
Hi.
Her stomach flipped. When she walked into the cafeteria, she already felt ridiculous. There he was, Cameron, sitting alone at their usual spot. Normally she'd say something, hey Cam, or you survived the morning, or some little cute joke she tossed his way as she passed. But today she saw him sitting alone at the corner table with that look on his face, his head down, one hand wrapped around a water bottle, looking like he could hear her breathe from across the damn room. That low, unreadable stare men get when they're thinking so hard, but trying to pretend like they're not thinking about, you. She swore she could hear him breathing from across the room. Or worse, she swore he could hear her. She laughed silently. Yeah, he probably could hear me breathing. He probably heard my heartbeat too. Shit. What am I supposed to do? Just walk over there and act normal? Like yesterday didn't happen? Like I didn't let that boy touch my shoulder like he was checking my damn temperature? No. No way. She froze near the salad bar, pretending to be fascinated by the grilled chicken that looked 3 days old. Now what? I got 3 options here. Option A, sit next to him and pretend everything is cool, like yesterday didn't happen. Or, worse, like I didn't drop my pen earlier just from eye contact. That's embarrassing. Or, B, sit somewhere else and let him instantly know that I'm tripping. Oh, yes, he'll know I'm tripping. No, girl, get it together. It's amateur. Pathetic, she muttered to herself. She took a slow, deep breath, straightened her back. Nope, not today. Today is option C. Lunch in my car. Like a normal, healthy, emotionally stable adult woman. Right. Yeah, let's do that, she said to herself. She grabbed her lunch tray with the speed of a woman escaping a crime scene, avoiding all eye contact with anyone and everyone, and made a beeline straight for the exit. Across the cafeteria, he saw everything, every single step. Her eyes touched him for half a second, and then she panicked, went stiff, and practically sprinted to the food station like she was avoiding taxes.
What is she doing?
He whispered to himself. A slow smile began creeping up his face.
Look at her. Her body language is screaming. I'm tripping. Oh my God, she's tripping. Oh wow, I can't believe this.
It was so funny he had to bite the inside of his cheek to keep from laughing out loud.
She's looking. Oh yeah, she was definitely looking. She's trying so damn hard not to. Why is she being cute right now? She can't sit with me today? Really? She's avoiding lunch? That's the plan now?
It took everything in him to stay in his seat. He tried. He tried so hard.
Stay cool, man. Don't you dare get up. Stay right here. Let her run. Oh, she is so tripping. OMG. That's so childish.
Then he watched her grab her food like she was shoplifting it, and then she rushed out of the cafeteria and vanished through the double doors like a puff of smoke. Cameron leaned back, shook his head, and laughed. He knew he had her. He said it under his breath, amused, proud, and dangerously confident now. He adjusted his glasses like a man plotting something dangerous and delightful. Back at his desk, Cameron stared at his phone like it was a secret weapon he wasn't supposed to use, but fully planned on using it anyways. He kept tapping at his screen, thinking through every scenario. He leaned back.
What should I text her? What should I say that she will answer? Hey, did you eat? No, too obvious. Did you run out the cafeteria like you were being chased? Way too bold. You look cute today? Absolutely not. I can't say that. I would never recover. Nah, I don't even need her to answer. I don't need a full conversation. I just need to see her look down at her phone and her heart drop from the shock. her eyes widen, that little breath she does. Yeah, that's all I need.
Uh-oh. Then he saw her get up from her desk. Yep, it's break room time.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Here we go.
Steps away, she felt him before she even saw him. She grabbed her empty cup, trying to play it cool. Just going to the break room, she said. Just getting water, just being normal. She continued down the hall.
Do not look back. He's not coming this way. He's working. He has a whole desk filled with papers. Stay normal, girl. Stay normal.
She glanced back. He was standing now, making his way in her direction. Definitely walking towards her.
Oh, shit. Oh my God, stop. Don't do this. Get it together. Right now.
She looked at her reflection in the glass as she fixed her hair, straightened her shirt. Then she pretended she wasn't fixing anything.
He's not coming this way, right? He can't be. He could be going to the bathroom, the printer, the supply closet, anything.
She heard footsteps. Closer. She froze. She knew he was coming because she heard the shift in his pace, the confident, steady walk only a man with a plan has. Her stomach dropped. He reached the doorway to the break room in a flash, and then he peered in front of her suddenly like a puff of smoke.
Hey.
He said it warmly, almost sang it. Too smooth, too confident, too dangerous.
Hey, you okay?
She looked up startled, voice cracking like a teenager hiding something. She cleared her throat.
Yeah, of course I'm fine. You okay?
Hell no. I am absolutely not okay. You are trying to kill me playing these games.
He said to himself, maintaining his cool.
Yeah, of course I am. Great, actually.
A lie. A handsome lie. He stepped closer. It was all or nothing now.
So, I wanted to tell you I had fun yesterday. A lot of fun. I'd like to catch up with you again sometime this week. Are you free?
Her breath hitched. She stared at him like a deer in headlights, eyes wide, mouth parted, absolutely frozen. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Then
Yeah, it was fun. What did you have in mind?
he relaxed a little until she tilted her head with sudden curiosity. Then his brain went blank. He scratched the back of his neck. I have a few things in mind. How about I let you know later? I gotta make up my mind on which one. He said. Now, it's funny how a simple gesture like this can just flip the tables in an instant.
No plan? Oh, my Lord. He came over here with no plan?
She thought to herself. Now her confidence was back like a switch.
Okay, let me know. I'm free this weekend.
Then she squeezed past him, her shoulder brushing his chest, her hair gliding across his arm. Her perfume hit him. Soft, warm, unexpected. He swallowed. Then he quickly rebutted. No, I have a plan, stammering.
Sure, yeah.
She whispered it to herself with a smile curving. She waved over her shoulder, walking off mid-stride. Then she utters back, let me know. She didn't even turn around, just floated back to her desk thinking, like she didn't just break this man's entire nervous system. Later that night, Cameron collapsed onto his couch, staring at the ceiling, heart pounding like he just ran a marathon. He grabbed his phone. Then he dropped it. Then he grabbed it again. Then his mind became fluttered with thoughts.
No plan? Ah, it's like that. Cool. Let's go. It's gotta be right. It's gotta be perfect. I gotta see that look she gets. First shock, and then fluster, and the smile. The one where she tries not to smile, but her eyes give her away first. Yes! You will do it. I can make you do it. I promised myself you will.
Then he sighed in love-struck frustration.
She drives me so crazy.
Meanwhile, over at Monica's place, she sat on the side of her bathtub like it was a confession booth. Warm water running, soft bubbles, the smell of lavender. Then, a deep sigh. He's cute, she admitted out loud, sinking deeper into thought. He is. I gotta admit that. Then she slapped the water. No, I can't do this. It'll get weird at work. If it doesn't work out, it'll be so much drama. No, ma'am, I can't do the drama. Then she added some more bubble bath. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let me stir this back to the friend zone parking garage. Pull into that spot. Turn the engine off. Yup, that's the move. The next morning, in her determination to stay focused, she easily got caught up in her work at her desk, which was a war zone. Open tabs, half-written spreadsheets, a project update due by noon now. And right when she just started to panic, Dan, her manager, walked over. Now Dan was warm, friendly, professional, polite, and smelled like a patch of lilacs on a spring day off the coast of Ireland. He began.
Hey, let me help you with this part here. You're doing most of it right. You just need a few adjustments.
She smiled up at him. A polite smile. A normal smile. But Cameron, he saw everything. He stared from his desk, with his jaw tightening.
What is he doing over there? Why does he keep going over there? How long is he going to be over there? What, are we all going to get this concierge help now? See, this is the bullshit.
Dan continued explaining something, pointing at her screen. She nodded, smiling again. Cameron's eyes twitched.
Look at her. She's smiling? No, she's smiling hard. Torturing me now. Look at her. She's doing this on purpose. Don't you move. Stay seated, Cameron. Don't do it. Do not move.
Dan leaned in a little more, his tie touching her shoulder. Cameron straightened in his seat.
I mean, how long is his old ass gonna stay over there? I better see him at someone else's desk, giving this extra attention. Anybody but her.
Cameron rolled his eyes. A hard, slow, irritated roll that could have powered a ceiling fan. She saw it. Damn, is he mad? Why? What did I do? Then she looked up at Cameron. He wasn't just annoyed. He was tense, chest tight, jaw clenched, hand gripping his pencil like it owed him some money. Her mouth parted slightly. Oh my God, he is so jealous. Wow. I didn't even try. Oh, how cute. Dan finished helping her and stepped back. Let me know if you need anything else, he said, smiling. Thanks, she replied lightly. The second Dan was out of the vicinity. Cameron popped up from his chair like a damn jack-in-a-box. He practically appeared at her desk. So, he said casually, way too casually, I'm about to make a coffee run. You want your favorite? She blinked. What in the world, my favorite? He knows my favorite coffee now? She thought to herself. Sure, she said softly. He nodded once, sharp, confident, like he had just won a small private war. He came back fast, like he sprinted back, set the coffee down gently in front of her. See you at lunch, he said. Our usual spot. Her smile grew before she could even stop it. She nodded, as he walked away like a man who had just reclaimed his territory. Lunch together was easy, warm, comfortable in a way neither of them expected. He felt happy. She did too. They didn't have to say much. He just kept staring at her, openly, boldly, not even trying to hide it. She kept looking down at her food, pretending to focus, but her eyes kept flicking up at him, little soft, stolen glances, and he noticed everything. Her controlled breathing, the soft rise and fall of her shoulders, the way she held herself still, like she was in a yoga class trying not to break form. Cute. Too cute, he thought to himself. Just at that moment, a coworker walked by. Lori Marks.
You two back at it again.
She said it with a messy smile, eyebrows raised, like she was staring the pot on purpose. Monica's head snapped up. Back at it again? Back at what again? How? Where? When? Cameron blinked, annoyed and offended. He could tell Monica was pissed. Monica sat there trying to maintain her composure and keep the resentful look from forming on her face. Girl, back at it again. Back at what again? What is she talking about? Girl, you better go sit down somewhere, she thought to herself. She nodded politely and gave the coworker a professional smile. But as soon as she left, she leaned in and whispered, See, it's messy already. How did that happen? We didn't even do anything. He brushed it off.
Stop jumping to conclusions. That girl is messy. She just talks.
Are you sure? Because she's only messy around you. It's because she likes you.
Are you jealous right now?
Me? No. I'm just saying you should give her what she wants, since she's circling you like a hawk looking for prey.
If I wanted that, I wouldn't be sitting here trying to go for a swim.
A swim?
Yeah. And that perfume you wear? Oh my God, did I tell you? You always smell so good.
Oh my goodness. She looked up in an instant, spooked, and then flattered. Her fork slipped right out of her hand. It fell to the floor with a loud clink. Even though it was plastic, for some strange reason, in that moment, it sounded like a bag of cans to her ears. She dove for it like she was catching a baby falling off a balcony, then paused mid-reach, realizing how dramatic she looked. She straightened, cleared her throat, tried to sit normally again. As she lifted her head, she saw Dan the manager, across the lunchroom, staring directly at her, with a look she didn't understand. What the hell? What is he looking at? Why is everybody looking at me today? Did I miss something? She said to herself. Then she turned back to Cameron, flustered. I'm not jealous, she muttered to herself. Embarrassed. She looked up at him, soft eyes, grinning. Then she thanked him. Cameron saw it. Fluster, shock, then the softness in her eyes, the little smile she tried to hide, the real her slipping through. He leaned back and whispered to himself. Well, almost to himself. His confidence returned, just like that.
There it is. That's my girl. That's what I like.
Now, Dan, on the other hand, he didn't seem to like that at all. It's Monday, the day after, and it was normal. At least she thought it was normal. Monica Townsend stood in the break room, overwhelmed by her thoughts. Did she like both of these guys, or was it just the attention?
How in the world did I end up back here again? With the same look? With the same feel? With the same anxiety as I had before months ago?
How? Well, that's a good question. It started like this. It's Monday afternoon, the end of the workday, and Dan the manager, caught her at the elevator. So let's pause for a moment and let me give you the deets on what we've learned about these men so far. Cameron, he's 29, he wears glasses, white man. Now I can give you the region of white, but does it really matter? He's smart, too smart, like weirdly smart. The kind of, Are you being literal right now? Too smart. Probably a little neurodivergent. Tall, he's slim, toned, gentle in every movement. Dark hair, slightly curly, thick. Reads too much, like isolates himself reading, but definitely adorable. And most importantly, low-key sexy. Now Dan the manager, he's late 40s, early 50s. He's a widower, traditional Korean man, calm, soft-spoken, average build, but still low-key fine. Smart, he has a nice smile, too helpful, too observant. But he seems to take himself so seriously, like he only has one level of excitement if you had to put it on a scale, which equivalates to him showing a little more teeth when he decides to smile. And me, well, I'm chocolate, a smooth creamy brown, not dark chocolate, not caramel, like a toasty caramel, somewhere in between with a boop of cream mixed in. Nice body, not Cardi B, but don't get it twisted, cute enough. Smart, of course, valedictorian smart, but still flavorfully, soulfully enriched, if you know what I mean. I'm 40, about to be 41, no kids, divorced, outgoing, but not the club type, but not the book type either. More like romance drama queen, board game connoisseur. And none of these men typical type, as far as I knew. So what's going on here? Now, back to the scene. I was waiting at the elevator when Dan walked up. As the elevators opened, we stepped inside. He began.
Hey, Monica. How's your day?
Hey, Dan. Oh, I'm good, thanks. Then he said,
I enjoyed working with you. You did really good work on your project yesterday.
Thanks so much, I said. I couldn't have gotten it perfect without your help, of course. You're a lifesaver. There. That's it, right? Normal workplace conversations, right? Until he said,
Of course, Monica. It's no trouble. Don't hesitate to ask me if you need help. I am always here for you, to help in any way I can. Really.
See what I'm saying now?
always here. What? So then I said, okay, thanks. But I know you have a lot on your plate. So much workload. Then he stopped, looked directly in my eyes, held the stare for a second too long. My inner voice started screaming, What the hell? Why are your eyes doing that? Stop doing that. Then he said,
I have time, so please ask me, okay?
Seconds later, the elevator doors opened. He stepped out. I panicked. I said, Oh, I forgot something upstairs. Thanks so much again. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Waved dramatically as the doors closed. He waved back, gentle and slow, watching me disappear. But I didn't go back to the work floor. Nope. I got off on the next one and took the stairs down like I was running from a ghost, still thinking, What the hell? Meanwhile, downstairs, Dan stood there for a moment after the doors closed. Something made him glance up at the elevator panel. The elevator stopped on the next floor, didn't move again. Dan's brows lifted slightly. Then he nodded to himself and walked away. Moments later, when I arrived back downstairs, I opened the stairway door, and there was Cameron, waiting. So the question arises, did he see me go back upstairs? Now that you know where we are in this union with Monica and Cameron, let's get back to the story. It's Friday evening, date night, the first date to be exact. She didn't expect much from the date, a walk maybe, dinner, something simple. But Cameron had a plan. He drove her out to the pier, one of those spots where the whole world feels slow and perfect, where the water is dark blue and endless, boats sway in the docks, and the lights from the restaurant stretched across the surface like ribbons. She stepped out of the car and inhaled. Wow, she said. He smiled like he'd been waiting to hear her say that. I thought you'd like it, he said. They walked along the boardwalk, breeze soft, lights warm, people laughing, somewhere in the distance. But it didn't distract them from each other. He stayed next to her, close enough that his arms almost touched with every step. Inside the Riverside restaurant, he slid into his chair, but not across from her, next to her. Close, too close. She swallowed. That's not coworker behavior, right? No, I don't think so. He definitely was trying to make a point. The conversation, it was easy, flowing like they'd known each other for years, laughing too much. He kept making her cover her mouth. Food, a disaster. She stole a bite from his plate. He smirked and stole some from hers. Their forks clinked like they were flirting in Morse code. He leaned in sometimes, arm brushing hers, leg bumping hers. Little touches that felt unplanned but absolutely intentional. Then he went quiet. Not shy quiet, not awkward quiet, studying her quiet. Then he asked, "Can I ask you something?" he said. "Sure," she replied. She wasn't expecting some full interrogation, but she thought it would be at least a little deep given the setting. Like, where did you grow up? Or how old was she when she first fell in love? But he asked, "What kind of air freshener do you use?" She blinked. "What?" He shrugged. "I just want to know." "Don't worry about it," he said. Weird question. Obvious reason. It's funny how the simplest, corniest thing that you would normally laugh yourself to sleep about suddenly became the most poetic thing she's ever heard. She felt heat spread across her cheeks, nervousness rising in her stomach. That feeling, that unmistakable feeling of attraction, longing, wanting, rising ever so smoothly out of her control. They left the restaurant and walked slowly along the pier, his hand brushing hers once, twice, almost like he was giving her a chance to grab it. She didn't. She couldn't. Her heart was too loud. And then, at the door, he paused. A long pause. Then, "Thanks for tonight," she said, voice soft. "Yeah," he said. "Me too." Then he turned and walked away. And then, a flash of earlier. Dan the manager, the elevator, the look, the wave. So of course, he saw it. Of course he did. Cameron's jaw flexed.
Nah, I don't have time for that.
He turned back. This wasn't something he was going to leave hanging. "Monica," he called gently. She froze. Her feet wouldn't move.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. If he kisses me, that's it. There's no going back to normal. Wave, breathe, move, do something.
But nothing. Frozen, like a snowman on a cold winter day. He walked toward her slowly, calm, certain. He reached up and stroked her hair. Her eyes fluttered. "Oh, God," she said.
You know I had fun tonight, right? Was it obvious? Was it clear that I think about you a lot?
You do?
She slipped. All control was out the window. "You do." Two simple words that really mean nothing by themselves. But when a man has one hand at the small of your back and the other wrapped around her with a full-on embrace, they meant that this was her last chance to be just his coworker that sat 2 rows over. The last chance for an innocent, genuine friendship. The last cup of coffee with no strings. Her hand flew to her mouth at the thought of it.
Oh, shit. I messed up. There's no going back now. Did I just give him the green light?
"Yes," he said simply, answering both questions really, the one in her head and the one she blurted.
You always look nice to me.
and I don't know exactly what I want yet, but I know I want to see you like this more. Can I?
She breathed. Can you what? She said. She did it again. Left it up to him to fill in the blanks. He smiled. Then he leaned in. Slow, warm, certain. She didn't move. She couldn't move. His arms came around her gently. Then he kissed her. Soft at first, then deeper. He went from right to left, exploring every inch of her full lips. Patient, hungry, beautiful. 20 seconds. She counted every single one. When he finally pulled back, he held her face close with his eyes.
That's what I wanted. Call me later?
Yeah, she said, breathless. He walked away. She smiled, shy, girlish, undone, watching him as he disappeared. She didn't take the elevator in the building. She ran up the steps, burst through her apartment door, dropped her purse, and rushed straight to the window just to watch him drive off. What are we? She whispered. Meanwhile, he sat in his car, hands on his steering wheel, breathing in a perfume that lingered on his shirt. Excited, if you know what I mean. But also something else, something deeper, really.
What do I want now? I want more. But what's more? What are we now?
And for the first time, he knew he had no plan and no answer. It's been 3 months, and they had slipped into a rhythm so natural it almost scared her. Lunch together, walks to the car after work, late-night calls, the occasional late-night visits. 3 months of quiet, consistent, effortless, whatever it was. Not defined, not labeled, but comfortable. And then, the elevator. Of all the people, of all the moments, of all the damn days, it was Dan, Cameron, and her riding down together. The elevator doors opened. They all stepped out. Then, Dan turned.
Monica, can I see you for a moment?
She paused. Cameron paused. She looked back at him. He gave a tiny nod, the kind that meant, go ahead. But his eyes didn't match. She walked back towards Dan. Cameron didn't walk away. He stopped dead, watching.
You look well today, Monica.
Oh, thanks, sir. You need something? She said, overly professional. Then, just like that.
You know, you worked well on the last project. Again, you always do such a good job. I am inspired by your determination.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate you saying that. Then it happened. The shift. The question.
Listen, this may be forward, but are you seeing anyone?
Boop. Boop. Error number 35. Brain fog. Then, her brain exploded.
Oh, shit. Am I? Sort of? Well, no, he never said we were anything. He never asked. I'm single, right? Right? Right?
And then it happened. Her mouth answered before her heart did. No, I'm not. Silence. Complete radio silence.
Why did I say that? Well, it's the truth, isn't it? He hasn't claimed me. We never said it out loud, so I'm not wrong, right? Right?
Before Dan could speak again, Cameron approached, fast.
Hey, you said you needed to get to the cleaners before they closed. We should go. You know traffic will be crazy.
He said it calmly. Too calm.
I see you later, Monica.
Then Dan smiled politely. He touched her shoulder gently, and he walked away.
Oh, shit. He's mad. Like, really mad. Oh, shit. But it was the truth, right?
It was the truth. But the ride home was silent. Not awkward silent, not tired silent, punishment silent. She looked out the window. He looked straight ahead. No radio, no jokes, no warmth. And yes, if you're wondering, there was no trip to the cleaners. Which told her everything. He heard all of it. Every single word. She got out of the car, waved. He nodded politely. Politely, like she was HR or the mailroom lady. Then he pulled off. On the ride home, Cameron spiraled. He gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white.
See? That's the bullshit. She's trying to make me commit. Hell, we are committed. What do I have to spell it out for her? We've been committed. What does she want? We spend so many nights together, almost every weekend. Has she really just said she's not seeing anyone? Really? Really? Okay. Now I'm pissed.
Back at home, Monica's thoughts spiraled. She walked through the door and kicked off her shoes. She sat on the couch and thought to herself,
Oh, shit. He was pissed. I was just telling the truth. I didn't even mean nothing by it. I wasn't trying to flirt with Dan. I wasn't trying to do anything. Why couldn't I just say yes? Because that would be me claiming him before he claims me. He should do it. He should say something. If he wants me to say yes to that question, he needs to claim me. That's not even what I want, but that's how it is. If he wants me, he needs to say it, not just fall into it like tripping off a curb. Claim me. Shit. Oh, shit, this is a mess. Oh, shit, this is a mess.
By the next morning, she realized he didn't call, he didn't text, and neither did she. Two stubborn hearts, two hurt egos, two people who wanted each other, but waited for the other to break first. She did the only thing she could think to do. She called out of work. Dan was the first to notice. He walked by her empty desk, paused, then he smiled to himself.
She never takes off. I wonder what happened. Interesting.
But it was Cameron he watched. Cameron sitting at his desk, pretending to focus, but his jaw was tight, his hands still. Dan stopped beside him just for a split second, just to confirm what he already knew. Cameron saw the empty desk too. He always saw. Cameron sat at his desk, angry. His skin was the only thing keeping him from exploding. He shook his head in disgust as she called out. Then Dan walked by and gave that tiny, knowing smile, the one that older men give when they think they have a chance. Cameron snapped inside.
His old ass. Oh, so he thinks he's in the running? What, because he's the manager? Because he's her age? Really? Did she say that because he's older? No. Right, that's not it. Right, I've been hitting it for 3 months. She's trying to get me to commit. Like this. This is low. Oh, this is so dirty. Is that it? Should I just tell her? No, that's old-fashioned. She knows what it is. She knows we're a thing. Right? She deserves me telling her what I want. Right? I want her. I need her. I crave. Nah, I ain't telling her shit. Her ass is gonna wait. She pissed me off.
He opened his email angrily, like that was going to solve something. Meanwhile, Dan returned back to his office, sat down slowly, and quietly began to think to himself.
I wonder if she'd give us a chance. I shouldn't get involved. I can clearly see that young man likes her. But obviously he hasn't done anything yet, or nothing important enough. Especially if she answered the question like that. She didn't come in today. Was that because of what happened? Or maybe she's just sick. I should check on her. No, let's wait.
Meanwhile, Monica was at home cleaning. Not regular cleaning, deep cleaning, wiping baseboards cleaning, dusting things that don't need to be dusted cleaning, trying to scrub the thoughts out of her head. Oh, she thought to herself, this has turned into something so crazy. She shoved laundry into the washer. 3 months. 3 months of perfect. She sprayed the counter. Now this. She scrubbed the sink. What am I gonna do? Call out again? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. They gotta wait. I'm not dealing with either of them today. She grabbed another rag, another spray bottle, trying to clean away the feeling of wanting him to call and hating herself for it. Later, she decided to take off of work. A whole week. 4 days passed with her picking up the phone and putting it back down, over and over, checking it, rechecking it. Nothing. No message from Cameron. Not even a "you good." Is that too much to ask? He can still be pissed, right? No, he is. And honestly, if it was me, I'd be pissed too, she thought to herself. Okay, I'm gonna call him. I'll call him today. No, I'll wait till later, after I fix my hair. Yeah, after I straighten up some more. She stared at the wall. No, I'm not calling him. I'll wait till later. Over at the office, Dan sat at his desk, staring at his computer screen, then at her empty chair across the floor, contemplating if it was okay to contact her.
I wonder what's going on with her. She never calls out. She must be really sick. I should check on her. No, that would be inappropriate. Right? I'm her manager. No, it wouldn't hurt to check. Maybe just an email.
He closed his eyes, his first real step forward. Then, he started typing. Meanwhile, 4 days had passed. Cameron was still sulking. He rubbed his temples. He missed her, but his ego wouldn't let him give in to it.
4 days? A whole week? She took off a whole week. And she should. She deserves time. She needs to get her mind right. But 4 days? No message? Really? Wow. She's wrong for that. I miss her. I should call and check on her. Nah, I'll wait a little while longer.
At home, Monica was still pacing. She checked her phone for the 100th time. No calls, no texts, no Cameron. She sighed. Then something new appeared. An email from Dan? Her brows furrowed as she opened it. Hello, Monica. I just wanted to check on you. It's not like you to miss work. Please give me a call when you get this. Dan. Give him a call? Oh, that's nice. That's harmless, right? She debated for a second, then called him.
Hey, Dan, I got your message. Thanks for reaching out.
Monica. Hello, how are you? Thank you for responding back to me. I was worried. I know you don't normally take time off. Are you sick? I can stop by and bring you something if you need it. You still live in Red Bay Court, right? That's on my way. It's not any trouble, really.
Oh, wow. No, it's okay. I know you have a lot to do. You don't have to go to all that trouble.
No, it's no trouble. I'll see you later.
That was normal, right? No? Maybe? He's not coming. Nah, he's not coming. He was just being polite.
Then, a couple hours later, there was a knock at the door. Her heart leapt.
Finally, it's Cameron. We can finally break this tension and get back on track.
Good thing her habit stopped her. She opened her Ring camera. She froze. It wasn't Cameron. It was Dan. Dan, the manager. Oh, my God. Bonnet still on her head. She ran up to the bathroom, like her life depended on it, ripped it off, fluffed her hair, freshened her face, and hurried back to the door. She opened it, face warm.
Wow, hey, Dan. This is a surprise.
I told you I would stop by.
A shared laugh, comfortability seeping through.
No, I really just assumed you were being polite.
Honestly, I think my polite gestures ended after the third project we worked on together.
Her stomach flipped. What the hell? You know what? I like his style. He is something else. What am I doing? What? No, stop that. Then, as if it couldn't get any more crazy. He took another step forward. Not just a step, a serious man leap.
Listen, I know this is different and maybe overstepping, but I feel like I really need to be honest. I am very comfortable with you. I like being around you. You and I have both been through a lot, both widowed, both tired of games, and you bring me happiness. And it's difficult to get comfortable with people these days. I don't want you to feel pressure, but I hope I can be someone reliable, someone who makes you happy as well. I would like to see you personally and see where we can go. Just think about it and let me know.
Well, yeah, definitely. I will definitely think more about it, and I appreciate you being forward.
Good. And you really don't need anything?
No, I'm good for now. I'll be back to work in a few days, and I'll definitely let you know, okay?
I see you later, Monica.
She closed the door slowly. Her heart was racing. Her mind was swirling. Her hands were shaking. And this became the moment. The revelation for a lot of things, really. First things first. She wasn't looking for a relationship. She wasn't hoping for anything serious. She was just going with the motions. It wasn't like she wouldn't have accepted something serious with Cameron. It was just, she was having a good time with Cameron. A great time. And honestly, he was too. He was good, really good. The kind of good that makes you think that God personally wrote your love life into existence good. She laughed to herself, shaking her head. Then it hit her.
I mean, hell, he's been hitting that thing so good, I just knew it was a match made. But then Dan said what he said, and everything shook loose. But don't I deserve that? Someone who claims her, no games, no confusion. Someone whose words match their actions. Yes, Cameron shows up more than most men. He is consistent. He cares. He did all the little things, but sometimes it's not just about those simple gestures. Sometimes it was about a man marking his territory. Primal, simple, old-fashioned. I mean, not 1950s old-fashioned, but just being upfront, just being genuine and seeing where it can go. Like, hey, I really like you. No games. I want to see you. Let me be here for you. I want to be here for you. Not I want to be with you, but here for you. Do I think Cameron would do that? Yes, I think he's all in for that. Not just the fun stuff he would, right? And maybe that was the problem. I shouldn't have to guess. I should know. I wasn't looking to Dan for anything, nothing at all. I would have easily just been with Cameron. But when Dan said those words, hell, my God, JJ stood up and took a bow, and he hadn't even, Anyways, it was just, suddenly I saw him differently. Not so much better, just real, and I liked that more. Me not having to guess, that's not wrong, right? No, it's what I want. Yep, that's what I want.
Finally, all of the days of dating, man here, man there, going with the flow. She finally understood what it meant to actually know what she wanted. Then, a knock at the door. She froze. Dan again? She checked the Ring camera. It was Cameron. Her heart jumped. She opened the door, and he stood there looking perfect as always. Hey, she said softly. Hello, he said. You've been out of work for a while. Are you okay? Then his thoughts began to spiral. You're fine, I can see that, so just say it. Go on, then. Do it.
Just say it. You want me to commit. You want to turn what we have into something chaotic and confusing, or worse, something that won't last. At least not like what we have. Late-night surprises, passionate sex, warm exchanges, warm conversations. Giving that up for a commitment? For a label? Go ahead, say it. But stop. Calm down, man. Stay calm. Wait. What do I want? What do I want?
His facial expressions finally relaxed, but before he could figure it out, she spoke.
Yes, I'm good. And I'm glad you came. I missed you. And I was planning on contacting you today. I shouldn't have done that. Dan, I'm talking about Dan, and I was wrong.
You damn right you was. Completely wrong. Took you 4 days. How disrespectful.
Then he snapped back. It's okay, he said. We're good.
Yes, we are good. We are friends, and you can contact me whenever you want. You shouldn't feel like you need to or have to, so it's fine. No pressure. Light and fun. That's us, right? Anyway, I need to get ready. I'm going to visit my mom in a few.
The words fell out of her mouth with no control. Her mouth literally activated on its own. Betrayal. It's as if she just impaled herself standing right there in front of him. His face, though, it said everything. Somehow, I think the knife entered through her back and hit him straight in the heart. His eyes widened. Then he shut down. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, okay then. I'll see you later. He turned and walked away. She closed the door slowly, pausing, pleading. Then it shut.
What the hell? Friends? Friends? She said it like it's nothing. Like I was nothing. Unimportant. Another shoe? Like I haven't been hitting it for months? Like what we had didn't matter. She's crazy if she thinks she can treat me like...
He stopped. Reality checking his thoughts. He almost went back.
What would I even say? That's it, right? I was waiting for her to ask me for more. I would have said yes. I would have just gone with it, right? I deserved a little something after this week of hell. Damn, she didn't even give me a chance to do it. She just friend-zoned me, labeled me. A damn friend. Coffee friend. How does that sound? Forget that. Forget her.
He started walking towards his car. Every step, every glance in his rearview mirror began to feel like a scene from the closing of some movie he saw once. Then he stopped again. One last look in his rear view. He remembered her face as she looked down at him from her window. He smiled sadly.
You know what? I'll talk to her later. This is not what I wanted. I do want her. But will she want me? Can I give her what she needs? I did give her what she needed, didn't I? She liked it. Yeah, I'll talk to her later. I'll fix it later. Yeah, later.
He glanced back one more time and saw her still standing there peeking from behind the curtains. He lifted a warm, soft wave from his heart. Her heart waved as well. She watched him drive off, looked down at her phone, at his number. Her thumb hovered over the call. She almost pressed it. Instead, she hit delete. Her heart sank. Her lips dropped. Her stomach fell into her calf. It hurt so bad she was forced to sit down. Then she laid down on the couch, wounded. Meanwhile, back at home, Cameron sat on his couch. He hadn't been in this position in a long time. He stared at his phone. He typed, "Hey, we should talk later. Things are getting out of control, not going in a direction I was hoping. Let's talk tomorrow." He looked at it. Read it once, read it twice, read it 3 times, but he didn't hit send. The next day when she awoke, Monica picked up her phone. Her eyes were still tired. She hadn't slept. No messages. None. Her chest tightened. She inhaled deeply. She picked up the phone and dialed. It rang and rang. He finally answered.
Hello? I'm so glad you called.
Hello, Dan. I had time to think, and I would like to see how it goes.
So he didn't speak up. Someone else did. Whose side are you on? Leave a comment. And don't miss out on my other stories. Like and subscribe to follow the journey. See you there.